All right. Well, good evening, everybody. I am Angela Lehman, and on behalf of Living Well Now Leadership, I want to welcome you to our first class of 2021. We're going to be hosting Oily Education every Wednesday at 5 o'clock Arizona time. That makes it 4 o'clock California time, where my brother Aaron is tonight. And we are super excited, Aaron, that you are bringing us some great content related to our body systems. I cannot wait. We've decided every month we're going to have a different focus on a different body system. And hopefully that will bring you lots of great starter education on your body system. We are not doctors. Aaron's going to give a disclaimer here in a minute. But we are people who have taken our health to the next level because of the research and interest we have in making our bodies work the best that they know how in homeostasis. And so by teaching a little bit about the respiratory system today, hopefully you will find products and modalities that will help support a healthy, thriving respiratory system in this new year. Aaron, without further ado, take it away.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy 2021. Welcome. And yeah, I am in a meditative zone as we're starting this year. And I think that to start this workshop, those of you who are watching this on replay, I would love for us to just take a minute or two. If you do have an oil nearby, an oil handy, one that is calming for you, I would invite you to pull that out and take a drop of that and put a drop on your, for me, I'm using frankincense over here. So grab your oil and kind of rub your hands together a little bit. Let's just do some deep breaths. We are focusing on the respiratory system today. You're welcome to keep your eyes open or keep your eyes closed, however you're feeling. But as you're breathing that oil in, let's breathe it in and let's smile, because somehow, without thinking about it, every day our lungs just keep rocking and coordinating with our heart and coordinating with our brain and coordinating with all of our organs and our muscle systems and all of our body, coordinating with our digestive system, right? It's all so connected. It's all so connected. And so just breathing in this, just gratitude for the body that you're living in. Gratitude for the lungs, for the way in which they do what they do to give you life every day. Okay. So we're here. It's a new year. We're breathing in the new year. And one of the reasons I'm so excited about continuing for the next few decades, sharing Young Living essential oils that the oils bring to all of us to breathe, to slow down, to reconnect, to really dive in and explore our body systems and explore the way in which our bodies function best. So we are going to, we'll start with this. I am not a doctor. I am a passionate Young Living product user, a passionate Young Living educator. My views are not representing Young Living's views. They're Aaron Lehman's views. As Ange pops on, as Andrea may pop on during this workshop, these are our personal experiences, personal path with the Young Living oils and products. And so don't hear me articulating to you as a doctor, like I've got the cure, I've got it figured out for you, I will figure it out for you. I think our biggest goal is to continue to invite people into the dialogue of, hey, at the end of the day, Aaron Lehman's health is about Aaron Lehman's decisions, right? At the end of the day, Angela Lehman's health is about Angela Lehman's decisions. And so continuing to inspire people to take ownership and responsibility for the way in which we show up each day, as wellness, with wellness on our minds. So why does our respiratory systems, why does it even matter, right? Why is this so key, so important? Each day we're breathing about 20,000 times, 12 times per minute. The pharynx is part of both the digestive and the respiratory systems. The larynx produces sound and creates a coughing reflex to protect the lungs. The trachea is lined with cilia, which filters air and keeps fluids and foreign particles from going into the lungs. Lungs are the largest organ inside the body, and virtually all the body's blood travels through the lungs every minute. If that is not awe-inspiring, as I was looking, as we were looking at this PowerPoint leading up to this workshop, it's like, holy moly, the way in which our body is constantly seeking to be at health. I think, unfortunately, the old model of wellness or of health has taught us that our bodies are our bodies really ultimately yearn for health in my understanding. Okay, again, this is my understanding. In my understanding of health, our bodies yearn for wellness. They yearn to be in great wellness. And there's this, the lungs, the details about the lungs. It's amazing how it works in our favor. Okay. All right, so who is this for? This is for anybody who knows that they're on the wellness journey and wants to improve, okay? Whether you have specific respiratory challenges and have historically struggled, with your lungs and with breathing, any sort of, respiratory challenges. This workshop's for you. And I would say that all of us could raise our hand to that, at different levels over our lifetimes, we probably have faced or been challenged by specific lung related health challenges. And what I'm here to say is that, fortunately, it's not just all on our lungs, right? Our lungs are an aspect, right? Our lungs are a part of the game. But oftentimes, if we dive in deeper, we realize that oftentimes it's the food we're eating, it's the air we're breathing, right? There's a lot of things influencing the way in which we're able to, how we're able to show up with health, right? So there's so much going on. It's our daily lifestyle, like, right? If we're in stress mode, I always like to think about, I've heard it said, way back before we started working 8 to 10 hour days, sometimes 12-hour days, there was more breath throughout our days. If we think about the animal kingdom, right? People, and other animals, they're working on, like, all right, I'm thinking about a tiger, right? A tiger is going to exert a certain amount of stress and chase down some deer. And the deer are responding to that and scattering, right? And so, but the deer, most of the day, are relaxed, in like a relaxed state. We chose as humans to create the society we've created, right? Which is much more active. And oftentimes, a lot of us are living in stress zones way more than is healthy for our overall immune system, right? So, this is all part of the journey, right? This is all part of our respiratory system, and making shifts that are going to benefit not just our respiratory system, but our overall health. Okay, before we dive into Young Living products, I want to share, I'm going to do another screen share, and I would like to, this is a guy who I've am extremely passionate about. His name is Dr. Mark Hyman. Some of you are locked in and already locked into all of his info and what he brings to the world. If you're not yet, no worries. today is the day. Okay, today is the day to learn a little bit about him. We're going to just listen to the first 4.5, 5 minutes of this talk that he's giving, and it's just from a doctor's word, like a doctor's lips. I just think it's so important for us to realize that that an awakening is underway right now. Okay, in the medical community, there's an awakening underway. We're a part of learning, right? And gathering new data and realizing like, oh, my gut health impacts my respiratory system. You got to be kidding me, right? We're learning. So my stress levels impact my respiratory system, impact my gut, right? So we're learning so much right now, and he's an amazing functional medicine doctor. So we're going to watch 4.5 minutes of this because I want him to speak to this wellness journey, learning journey we're all on.
Does anybody have that? Who here has some sort of chronic ailment or something that isn't right or doesn't feel good in their body? Anybody? A lot of you, right? You're all a young, healthy audience, but all of us are often walking around with something. And most of us, when we go to the doctor, they go, well, your tests are fine, your exam's fine. I don't know what's wrong with you. And there's either one or two answers to that problem. Either you're crazy or your doctor's missing something. And what's really extraordinary in this moment in time is that medicine is going through a paradigm shift that is profound, and it completely is forcing us to reimagine biology and disease. For the first time in the history of our species, we actually are having insight into the wonder of biology, how things work. What are the laws of nature when it comes to our human biology? We never had a clue because most of our conditions that we have had are diagnosed in a way that doesn't make sense anymore given the information we have. We used to go to the doctor when we had a headache, we went to the head doctor. We had an elbow pain, we went to the joint doctor. We had a stomach ache, we went to the stomach doctor. But the truth is the body isn't organized that way. Just because medicine is organized that way, it doesn't actually match reality. It doesn't match reality. We have a very different framework now that we need to use to understand disease. It's based on systems thinking, how everything connects together, how our biology works as an integrated model. So if you want to biohack your health or biohack disease or create optimal functioning, you can't use our modern medical system of thinking because that system doesn't approximate reality. We are focused on symptoms and not causes. We're focused on the symptoms, not the system. We're focused on organs, not the organism. We're focused on what disease do you have instead of why do you have this disease. So we need to reframe what we're doing. And I unfortunately had to learn this the hard way. About 20 some years ago, I was quite ill. I went from being very, very healthy, riding my bike 100 miles a day, being able to remember 30 patients at the end of the day without any notes and dictate all their charts, to not being able to walk up the stairs, not being able to remember where I was at the end of a sentence. And I didn't know what happened to me. I was 36 years old and my whole system collapsed. I'd been a yoga teacher before I was a doctor. I ran 5 miles a day. I ate a healthy diet, which I thought was a healthy diet. And something just went terribly wrong. And I had to literally reverse engineer my health because every single doctor told me that I was depressed or I had chronic fatigue or I had fibromyalgia or whatever I had. And no one actually helped me figure it out. And it turned out that my entire system broke down from living in China, having mercury poisoning. I had mercury poisoning because I lived in China, which has the worst pollution on the planet. And I have poor genes that help me detoxify. So I couldn't get rid of the toxins. And in that discovery of my biology, I literally cell by cell, molecule by molecule, system by system, had to understand what was going on. My immune system broke down. I developed sores and rashes all over my body. I developed terrible gut issues. I had digestive bloating and diarrhea for years. I had severe muscle pain and aches. I had cognitive dysfunction. It's like I couldn't remember anything, focus, pay attention. I was depressed. It was like I had depression, ADD, and dementia all at once. And I was desperate to figure out what was going on. And through my own unwinding of my biology, I was able to figure out this model of functional medicine. And I found pioneers in that field, and I went and learned at their feet, and I began to discover there was a whole field of thinking that was reorganizing our thoughts because we don't actually have a model to describe disease today. It's really backward. For example, today we're learning that the microbiome has the capacity to connect to so many different diseases. It can cause heart attacks, right? The bacteria in your gut, our whole living organism, can create so many diseases: heart attacks, cancer, obesity, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, autoimmune disease, allergies, asthma, fibromyalgia. All these things can be the result of changes in your gut flora. And yet, when you go to the doctor with arthritis, they don't ask you about your poop, right? When you go to the heart doctor, they're not asking you about what's going on with your gut flora. You have 3 pounds of bacteria in there. There's 10 times as many bacterial cells as your own cells. There's 100 times as much bacterial DNA in you than your own DNA. And that's dynamically interacting with you. You have 20,000 genes. You have about 2 million bacterial genes.
Anyway, this is so good. Anybody? Okay, so I would like to, after watching that clip, question number 1. I had sent those over to Ange and Andrea beforehand. Oh, did you already?
I already posted it up, Aaron. We have a first winner. You ready for question number 2?
Yeah, let's do it.
Number 1, first winner goes to Sarah Morgenstern. Thanks for answering the question in the chat about what brought you to this event tonight. A lot of people are really interested in knowing about the respiratory system, and Sarah added that she's wanting to make sure her health and body systems are in tip-top shape. So I'm going to post a form in the comments, Sarah. Just please click on that and fill it out for your $20 product credit. And that will ensure that we get it to you in a timely manner. Aaron, do you want to read question number 2?
Yep. Actually, I'm going to change question number 2. After watching that, after listening to Dr. Mark Hyman, what jumped out at you? Was there something new that jumped out at you? If you're really familiar with him, what's been something that he's spoken to your life over the years or over the months you've listened to him? So was there something in that video? Put this in the chat room. What's one thing that jumped out at you as he was sharing about his health journey, and about just modern medicine and the shift we're all, what's going on? So take a second to do that.
And just to clarify, we're using the chat instead of commenting live, just to keep us on track.
Those of you who are watching on the LWN Lifestyle group, we'd love to have you come join over here on Zoom, if it suits you. And those of you who are watching this on replay, yeah, Dr. Mark Hyman, maybe you're familiar, comment on the YouTube recording. What's something that he stirred up? For me, I'll just, quick little response to his video. For me, it's what I was sharing kind of beforehand, is there's so much going on, and the interconnection. What I think this functional medicine world, I think that the awakening that's happening is we're realizing how connected all of our body systems are, right? That my joints, what if my joints are connected to what I'm eating, right? What if my joint pain is connected to what I'm eating? What if my joint pain is connected to the shampoo I'm using? What if my joint pain is connected to the stress I'm under? What if my joint, right? So what we're doing is we're apart. There's an awakening happening where we're like, okay, all right, so let me look at my nutrition story. The train agrees. Let's look at our nutrition story. What are we choosing day in and day out? Are we drinking enough water? Right? What nutrition are we putting into our body that's life-giving, that's life-supporting, that's saying to our liver, it's saying to our lungs, it's saying to our brain, it's saying to our muscles, it's saying yes, right? So again, we're all unique. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, this is the diet you must choose, or the food, path you must choose. But I do think that there's great wisdom out there. Dr. Mark Hyman, I would recommend exploring some of what he shares when it comes to nutrition. So again, we're recognizing now more than ever. And this Young Living's been around for quite a while, right? Teaching people about becoming the CEO of our health. We've been around 26 years. Young Living's been around, and it's been saying, hey, what are you putting on your body every day? right? What are you washing your body with? What are you breathing in your house? I've got breathe again, diffusing over here, right? As I was thinking that was appropriate for a respiratory class as I'm facilitating. So breathe again is diffusing. What are we breathing in on the daily? How are we being proactive in our wellness decisions? How am I taking time to slow down enough to really just, whether it's pray, whether it's meditate, right? We're all on unique journeys, but just take time to slow down enough. We're worthy of slowing down enough. Sometimes it feels like we've got so much coming at us from all different directions, right? From social media, from the news, from all these different zones coming at us. And it's like, how do we take time to find some relaxation, right? And not be in that stress amped up mode all day. All right. So I'm really excited you're here. Thanks for being here. And let's explore some of the oils. Let's explore some of what Young Living offers all of us, as far as products go and oils go. Okay, and some of you are already locked in on what respiratory oils you would be using. You would be consistently, diffusing and checking out. But here are a few. Okay, Ravensara, Eucalyptus radiata, frankincense, thyme, marjoram, nutmeg, and clove are awesome singles to support your respiratory health. Those of you who are on Essential Rewards already, if you don't have some of these oils and you're needing bonus support, I think we're all needing bonus immune system support at present here around the world. So these could be some oils to add to your next Essential Rewards order. If you're not on Essential Rewards yet, check in with whoever invited you to this workshop and have them kind of, help you get on that program. It's really an amazing program and worthwhile. Here's some blends: Acceptance Blend, Breathe Again Blend, Citrus Fresh, Joy Oil, Peace and Calming, Valor, Raven, and RC. Again, notice, okay, we've got lots of immune system supporting oils in there. And then Angela, I'll let you respond. We've got a lot of immune system supporting oils in there. But notice acceptance, joy, peace and calming, valor. And I'm not saying those aren't immune system supporting. I'm just, but I typically think of those oils as being emotional support oils, right? That's kind of like I put them in my little emotional support oil bank, right? But reality is, if we're not taking care of our emotions and our spirit and our mental health, our immune system is going to be all out of whack. Okay, so that's why those are in there for those of you who are curious. Ange?
I was just going to add in that so many of these show up in our premium starter kit or our starter bundle with the oils. If you're brand new, if this is your first call and you're, just kind of taking all of this information in, we have some of the highest quality essential oils on the market, not to mention just proprietary blends that you can't find other places. So the fact that Citrus Fresh, Peace and Calming, Valor, and Raven come in the premium bundle is just incredible if you are really looking to kind of, and then frankincense out of the singles list. So if you're really looking to transform your respiratory system and you are looking for an easy package to purchase, definitely talk to the person who invited you tonight so that you can get signed up and become a wholesale member to get these products at the lowest possible cost.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Ange. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if this is your first exposure to Young Living in the essential oils world, these are game changers. Like for me, how would I apply these? I think that I just want to share briefly. So for those of you who are newer, just that would make sense. Breathe again. Sometimes before I go out on a run, this would be something that I would massage onto my chest. If I'm around somebody who's maybe not 100%, right? Whose immune system is a bit shaky at the time, like I'm going to load up. I'm going to be extra intentional about diffusing. I'm going to be extra intentional about massaging oils onto my chest, breathing them in, taking time to breathe them in, massaging them on my feet. Yeah, so those would be a couple ways. Diffusing is great. I could also take a drop or two of the Breathe Again and put it on a washcloth and put it in the bottom of the shower, so that when I'm showering, I'm breathing it in, and breathing in that eucalyptus yumminess. I mean, it's so good. We are worthy of a spa every day, and we can create a spa in our house. So here's some recipes: diffuser blend, 3 drops of RC, 3 drops of Raven. If you wanted to make your own roll-on, make sure you just have your friend kind of direct you to where you can buy the little 10 mil roll-ons. You can get a glass roll-on bottle. You can get them I've gotten some on Amazon before, but maybe your friend knows of another place to get them. But you would do like a dilution. You could put some vegetable oil in there. Young Living has the V6 oil, which is like a massage oil. You could put that in there and then put 7 drops of eucalyptus radiata and 7 drops of Ravensara. And this would be a great one to massage. For me, what I'm thinking, especially if I'm working through something, right? If I'm working through something in my respiratory system, I would take that roll on and I would rub it right down both sides of my spine. Okay, from my neck down to my low back. And I would have my wife massage that into my back. I would also choose to massage a little bit into my chest. And if I was feeling extra motivated, I would also give myself a foot massage, or I would ask Sarah to give me a foot massage. So those are the oils worth checking out when it comes to respiratory support, your respiratory wellness journey. These oils obviously have so many other benefits and blessings to your whole overall immune system, and that's going to be a focus throughout this year as we do these body systems. I know Ange, Andrea, we're all going to be talking consistently about, when we're using an oil for the respiratory system, we're also using that oil for our whole overall immune system, just staying in that, as Ange said earlier, homeostasis, and greatest health. Okay, so supplements. Young Living has a huge supplement line. Those of you who are brand new and are brand new to Young Living, just so you're aware, Young Living does have awesome supplements available to all of us, and these are some that I would recommend checking out. I put this in my notes. There we go. So multi-greens. Okay, multi-greens is a supplement here. Obviously I'm big on nutrition, right? The greatest supplements are our nutrition game, right? Our greatest supplement is the nutrition game. What we're putting in our bodies, like through the holidays, I don't know about you, but I definitely threw down on a few more cookies than I'm used to. And I chose to counteract it with extra Ningxia Red. Yeah, exactly, Ange. M&Ms. And I just chose to counteract it with, I took Detoxime, which is on here. I took Detoxime. I was taking multi-greens consistently. I was taking Super C. These are all just great supplements to support us on the regular, on a consistent basis. So multi-greens would be one that, here, I'll just read straight off this. Again, you can just write these down or screenshot this if you're on your phone. But I'll just give a couple details, Ange, and then we'll have you announce the next winner and the third question. Multi-greens is a nutritious chlorophyll formula designed to boost vitality by working with the glandular, nervous, and circulatory systems. Multi-greens is made with spirulina, alfalfa sprouts, barley grass, bee pollen, Eleuthero, Pacific kelp, and therapeutic grade essential oils. So multi-greens is a game changer. I would recommend having a green smoothie. I would recommend having your, throwing a huge thing of spinach with some olive oil and cooking that up and like enjoying nutritious goodness, green stuff, right? But if your vegetable game is on the weaker side right now, maybe multi-greens can be a part of you, kind of that light bulb going on, right? Or going on for you, where it's like, okay, I know I could up my game in the vegetable land. All right, I'm going to start with multigreens. That's going to be a starter, right? And then reach out to me, reach out to me privately and be like, all right, give me a few recipes. I heard you and Sarah have been vegetarian for just a shade under 15 years or around 15 years. Could you send us a few recipes? Just shoot me a message because vegetables are game changing. Okay, so multigreens is a great supplement to explore. Detoxime, as a vegetarian supplement that I use. Again, Dr. Mark Hyman shared it, and I've said it a few times. Digestive health, right? Our digestive health is impacting our lungs tremendously. Okay, I don't know if you notice it, but I know when I eat cheese, okay, I don't frequent the cheese aisle, but when I do eat cheese, if I eat too much cheese or if I have too much dairy, I feel it in my chest and my lungs and my throat and my nose. Okay. Start to pay attention to those pieces, right? Start to pay attention to that. So when I was having a little bit more cheese in New York, celebrating Christmas with my in-laws, because they buy really nice cheese, I was taking detoxime to support my digestion. Okay, to support that, support my, because if my gut is funky, if it's not balanced, it's going to impact everything. It's going to impact my mind. It's going to impact my respiratory system and overall immune system. Third one, Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red, I always say superfruit antioxidant juice that is so critical, especially, the modern American diet is, let's be honest, it's lacking. And so if you could order Ningxia Red every month now and order up a couple bottles for yourself and have an ounce or two of Ningxia Red every day, game changer for your immune system story. 100%. Like it's going to be a game changer as far as, because it's like I said earlier, it's like when I roast some broccoli and I have broccoli, I know that my body is like cheering and getting excited about that decision. And I feel the same way when I have a 2-ounce little packet of Ningxia Red, or I pour myself a little ounce shot of Ningxia Red. As I said, Super C, a great additional product to check out. Allerzyme, alkalyme, sulfurzyme, again, all three of those, like, the allerzyme, and confirm with me on allerzyme, because they almost took it off, but they ended up keeping it on, right? Do you know? Can you help me on that?
It's been in and out. It's been in and out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, alkalyme is, those of you who, were raised hearing about Tums and Alka-Seltzer and all that sort of thing and have difficulty with digestive challenges and kind of I forget what that's called, but yeah, if you have difficulty swallowing, and food kind of comes back up a little bit sometimes, a little acid reflux, that was what I was going for. I got to it. If you have a little bit of acid reflux challenges, alkalyme's a great thing. Again, obviously we want to shift the diet. We want to shift our nutrition game as much as possible because, we don't want to have to experience that. But again, if you've been on Alka-Seltzer for 27 years, I would highly recommend shifting it over to the alkalyme. It's natural. It's from Young Living. It's a great product. Allerzyme and sulfurzyme. Again, we're thinking about our body being able to have the enzymes necessary, right, to digest and to allow our body to extract the beneficial micronutrients that the food that we're eating provides our body. Okay, so allerzyme and sulfurzyme. Recommendations, here are the supplements to check out. Again, seeing it as this full, immune system experience that we're all living through. Yeah. All right. All right. So lungs, ultimate balance. Lungs are worked from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Negative emotions carried in the lungs are despair, grief, sadness, inner crying, and rejection. Positive emotions carried in the lungs are joy, hope, and acceptance. Now we're seeing why joy and acceptance were oils that were recommended. Young Living also has a hope oil blend, so maybe that would be another oil to add to your mix. Affirmations for the lungs. I love life. I choose life. I'm filled with joy. So again, this is sometimes this is a challenging zone for people to grasp. But have you ever gotten a stress headache? Have you ever been so stressed out your stomach gets queasy and gets thrown off? Have you ever just literally gotten sick because you know you were in stress mode for 4 days and then you're like flat for the next 2 weeks? So what we're working through emotionally, it's, we're on a very, like, on an energetic level, right? What we're working through when it gets stuck in our bodies, right? I'll give you an example. Okay. For me, my throat, just to give you a personal example. I'm not a doctor, but this is real. Okay. My throat, when I have a sore throat, it means, and again, you get to decide whether this resonates with you, whether you want to take this on as wisdom for yourself. But for me, the throat chakra, okay, in Eastern medicine, this throat energy is where we speak our truth, right? It's where we talk. It's where we express our feelings. It's where we're honest. It's where we're, sharing honestly with those we care about, what's going on for us, okay? So what I've seen over the last 15 years, since I started massage school in 2006, so I guess it's been 14 years, and Young Living, we started using Young Living oils. What I found is, yes, I diffuse thieves oil, but yes, I talk about my feelings. Like Sarah knows if I have like a sore throat coming on, she knows that I'm going to need a walk to be able to process emotionally. If you don't have somebody that will listen to you, maybe it's journaling, maybe it's seeking out somebody, finding somebody that can show up for you. But again, the reason I'm sharing this is to show the interconnection between what's going on in here, what's going on emotionally, and then what's showing up physically. So, I've just seen it over and over and over again since learning about this over the last 14 years. Like, I get sick when I am not doing so well emotionally, mentally, spiritually. That's when my body goes into panic mode and is like, all right, you're going to have a sore throat. You're going to have a migraine. You're going to have sore back. You're going to have all these things. So I just invite you to consider this as a possibility. I invite you to consider this as a possibility, that what's going on emotionally for all of us shows up in your body. It shows up in our body. So if it doesn't vibe with you, if it doesn't resonate with you, I respect that. Initially when I was like, are you kidding me? And I know Andrea could speak to, back in the day when people were like telling her, oh, oils can, could help you with that, Andrea. Oils could help you with that. And you were like, oh, come on. You got to be kidding me. And I will say that, so I would just recommend for all of us to consider this possibility that our emotions are impacting the way in which our body's showing up. So again, you get to decide how you work through that and work with that. I personally like to listen to affirmation videos. You saw this here, affirmations for lungs. I love life. I choose life. I am filled with joy. I mean, let's think about that. I love life, right? Our breath. Without our lungs, we're not here, right? Without air and the trees and the plants around us, we're not alive. So I love life. I choose life, and I am filled with joy. I'm worthy of being filled with joy. So again, take this with a grain of salt. If it doesn't vibe, it's all good. If it does, awesome. And yeah, I support you on your journey. Thanks for listening to that piece. piece in my little story about how when my mind is off or my emotions are off or my spirit's off, my body talks to me. Maybe yours is similar. This is a great chart to check out. You can also Google, those of you who are seeing this on your phone and maybe it's too small for you, you can Google a VitaFlex foot chart. You can also Google reflexology chart. Okay, foot reflexology. There are reflexologists all over this world who literally, you go into their office and they give you a 60-minute foot massage. And they, for that 60 minutes, are working on your whole body. Our body, I mean, it's so wild and yet so real. And yet, like, it's so real. And so taking time to massage your feet if you can, or have a friend massage your feet, you can literally identify, okay, teeth and sinuses. Like Sarah, I'll give her a foot massage sometimes and she literally will feel it in different parts of her body as I'm massaging different parts of her foot. So yeah, get yourself a reflexology chart. I would highly recommend it. It's an ancient practice, the reflexology reality. It's just saying, hey, our bodies are mirrored onto our feet. And so you literally can massage your lungs by massaging your feet. Okay, so take that, breathe again, massage onto your chest, yes. But hey, maybe put some on your feet. Maybe massage it into your feet if you can. All right, so as I've been saying it the whole time, talking a little bit about respiratory, like food, nutrition. Here are, and again, you can dive into a Dr. Mark Hyman podcast or dive, or onto YouTube. There's lots of functional medicine doctors out there that can give you great guidance on foods to prepare, how to prepare the foods. There's chefs out there that will literally help you, give you like simple steps to prepare these different foods. Again, I think the journey we're on as a nation, as a world, is we just haven't been taught, right? I mean, at the end of the day, like I didn't have a chef class, a cooking class when I was a kid. Right? I didn't go to the grocery and like get lessons on, how to pick food that benefits my health. So my prayer is that this education becomes the norm, right? That the next generation is like locked in on, oh my goodness, beets. How can I prepare those and make them taste good? Right? Because beets are game changing when it comes to the immune system, when it comes to the respiratory health, when it comes to our whole how we show up every day. Peppers, apples, pumpkins, turmeric, tomato, blueberries, green tea, red cabbage, edamame, olive oil, oysters, yogurt. I would recommend another doctor I'm really a big fan of is Dr. Andrew Weil. Those of you who are taking any notes tonight, he would be somebody I would highly recommend checking out. He's been long time in the, as a doctor, teaching people about, hey, all right, how can we change the way we're showing up with food and what we're putting in our bodies, and how can that change our future? And you want to do a third?
Yeah, so our second winner is Julie Best. Congratulations, Julie, for answering that second question. Aaron, if you want to get the third question out, we've got about 15 minutes before you start the next class.
Awesome. Okay, what is one habit that you are rocking to support your respiratory system? What's one habit that you are or maybe it's something new. Maybe you haven't started. Maybe you're starting it tonight or starting it tomorrow. What's one habit that you already are choosing that is supporting your respiratory health? It's supporting your overall immune system. And if you're not currently rocking it and you know that you're ready to step up, what's one habit that you're going to add, or that you're going to start adding to the mix so that you can experience healthier lungs, healthier overall? And do you mind chiming some of those out? I'm not as from the comments.
Sure. So
That'd be cool.
there are some people talking about getting outside fitness in, drinking a full bottle of water as soon as they wake up in the morning, diffusing regularly, taking supplements, and being really consistent with the Young Living lifestyle. Truly is what we call it. Smoothies with greens and fruit and yogurt added as well. Also, we've got somebody who has quit smoking for 2 months and counting. So super shout out to you for that, Tony. Congratulations.
Awesome.
And definitely eating better. I think here at the beginning of the year, we're all kind of setting our mindsets and new habits and the little things that make up our day. So Ningxia every single day. And also applying with deep breathing, not just, we take for granted sometimes just getting oils on us, but really breathing deeply. A lot of people have some great habits about like taking inner defense once a day, started new exercise routines like kickboxing. Just awesome. Removing foods that trigger inflammation. So learning more about what foods benefit you. So those are some things. Positive affirmations, more cardio. Yeah, it's super exciting.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm cheering you all on and proud of you for the steps you're already taking, and the steps you're excited about continuing or starting, right? Again, it's always about, so we're all on unique journeys, and yet it's really encouraging to hear that other people are also making these daily decisions, right? Where it's like, I'm not the only one diffusing. I'm not the only one trying to get my veggies in. I'm not the only one trying to get some exercise or nature time in. Oh, there was another list of so again, if you want to screenshot that, foods for the respiratory system, again, do some personal research, like dive into some nutrition game change. If I were to recommend anything on top of the Young Living lifestyle, is just to add in this food journey, add in the nutrition shifts. Okay, it's going to be so huge for all of us if we can be a part of the shift, right? It's not just for us. I was working on this recently on a Young Living call, like a 2021 visioning call. This is not just for us. I mean, it's for us, but it's like when my nieces and my nephews see me eating that, eating beets and peppers and red cabbage, they see me cook up this and they're like, whoa, it tastes good. Like this, it's about the next generation. It's about us educating the next generations. Yes, it's about my lungs. It's about my immune system, but it's also about being the models for each other and reminding each other, hey, let's keep going. We got this. We can get better. It's not about perfection. It's about excellence. It's about getting better, little baby steps at a time. All right, a few compliant testimonials to check out here. Great improvement in my lung health with myrtle. 3-year-old had severe lung issues, and we have the best results when diffusing 4 drops of Raven and 3 drops of Northern Lights Black Spruce, as well as rubbing lavender and frankincense on their chest. So again, Northern Lights Black Spruce, Raven, lavender, frankincense. Worth writing down, again, if you haven't checked those out. And then lastly, RC on my chest usually makes it so I don't have to use the nebulizer. So again, your journey, I am not a doctor, but I definitely believe that these oils and some of these lifestyle shifts that Young Living offers, right, where we're taking control, we're taking responsibility back, right, where we're saying, all right, I need antioxidants in my body. All right, I'm going to add some Ningxia Red. Okay, I need some enzyme help in my gut because I got to get my gut situated. So adding the enzymes in there, and then that's going to allow everything to flow better and function better. Making bold decisions. As Tony, Tony's 2 months without cigarettes, like amazing, right? These are these game-changing lifestyle decisions. So a few options. Again, those of you who have not gotten started with Young Living, you'll want to check in with whoever invited you to watch this video or join this workshop and have them help you get started. You can begin with a starter kit. you could definitely begin with a starter kit. I would highly recommend the 12 oils in a diffuser, because there are so many great oils in that kit that you can use for overall immune system. You can use for stress reduction. You can use for your respiratory health. You can use for energy. Okay, so the starter kit's a no-brainer way to start. This would be some what to orders for those of you who are already, Young Living members, and you're thinking, all right, I do want to start to take some steps. I want, maybe I'm going to order on Essential Rewards this next 6 months and start shifting things so my immune system is the highest of priorities. So here's some ideas: RC, eucalyptus, Valor, detoxifying multigreens, Time Thieves, Raven, Super C, multigreens. Feel free to screenshot that if that's helpful. I haven't touched this yet, but I would also add on that last one. I would add the Thieves products. I would add the cleaning products. I would add, like, in my humble opinion, and I've seen it all over, is like respiratory health. One of the pieces is, what are we breathing in on the daily? What are we putting in our bodies and putting on our bodies, and what are we breathing in on the daily? So if you have yet to make the shift into like a Thieves lifestyle, Young Living has this incredible Thieves line, which is all about they've got cleaning supplies, foaming hand soaps, bar soaps, what else? Toothpaste, floss. So if you were to choose, if you haven't dove into the Thieves line yet, and you're thinking about overall immune system, I definitely humbly believe that shift is really huge, because it's just impacting so much. The toxic overload, I feel like somebody could correct me on this in the chat, but I think it's like in the morning, when like a woman getting ready in the morning, she's already put on like 100 some odd chemicals onto her, like synthetic chemicals onto her body before she leaves the house, and with makeup, with hairspray, with shampoo, with perfumes. Okay. So again, this is Young Living. It's about oils. It's also about what other zones do we need to shift, right? Is it the cleaning products we're using? Is it the shampoos we're using? All right. We are getting near the end. Thanks for being here. Again, really grateful to have you here, and just excited to not be on this wellness journey alone. So screenshot this if you want to find this helpful, but here are a couple pieces. Those of you who have explored Louise Hay, she healed herself of cancer. I'll just say it blankly. She healed herself of cancer, and it's just helped a lot of people realize the emotional component to their physical wellness. And so these probable causes with respiratory ailments and lung problems, these are, likely somewhere from Louise Hay or somebody similar to Louise Hay. So just shifting some thought patterns, right? Shifting the way in which we speak to ourselves, and each day. And then the scriptures down below.
Hey, Aaron, while you leave that up, can we announce winner number 3 and give the 4th question out? Does that sound okay?
That's great. Yep.
The winner number 3 is Becca Larson. Congratulations, Becca. I'll put a link in the chat for you to fill out so that you can claim your product credit. Thanks for being part of our class tonight. And Aaron, what's your 4th question for the crew tonight?
4th question is there a Young Living oil or product that you saw listed today? Is there a Young Living oil or product that you saw recommended today that you are definitely going to add to, whether it's your first order, whether it's your Essential Rewards order that you're doing consistently? What is an oil or product that you have yet to try? And if you've already tried all of those, which one are you going to keep ordering because you feel so passionate about it? Okay, so that would be the alternative if you've already used all of those products and you already use them consistently. Yeah, is that a good answer?
Yeah, Aaron, this slide specifically is just filling my heart tonight, because we walk around with so much fear and so much misunderstanding, and true grief and depression, right? So this is so good to write these down, to have these kind of in first and foremost, as you're using your oils, as you are applying them to someone else or on behalf of someone else. I would say a lot of times we say, we'll pray for you. You can certainly pray with your oils, these new thought patterns and these scriptures over somebody for recovery and healing. Gosh, we need more of this in our lives. Thanks, Erin. Do we have a final slide? I think we're just about wrapped up.
Final
Here.
slide. Just to be in touch. Yeah, just know that you're an important piece to this earth, and important piece to this community, Living Well Now, and to Young Living. And just know that, I don't have all the answers. Ange doesn't have all the answers. My mom, Andre, we don't have all the answers when it comes to wellness, but we are courageously, like you, courageously seeking to learn how to better take care of ourselves, body, mind, spirit, day in and day out. And we're just really thankful to be on the journey with you. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, also via our website. Thanks for being here tonight. Really grateful. Those of you who are at all intrigued about educating others, teaching others, maybe growing a side hustle income, I will be continuing on after this call with a little intro to business call. It should take me about 23 minutes to share a little bit about the Young Living business opportunity. So if you've ever been intrigued by it, if you've ever thought, yeah, I wouldn't mind being my own boss, that sounds pretty sweet. You definitely want to come check it out and at least take a look. And if it's not for you, it's all good. And if it is for you, sweet. We would be blessed to help you launch and support you on the journey.
Hey, Erin, can I share a couple upcoming dates really quickly with everyone?
That'd be awesome.
Great class, by the way. That was really, really well done. Loved it. Okay, so if you don't know, we're doing classes every Wednesday. LWN is putting on classes every Wednesday night. And so next week is going to be an intro to essential oils at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. The following week is going to be all on emotions, handling our emotions using Young Living products. And then the following week is going to be, I have my oils, now what? So for those people who may have just gotten started or they haven't really ventured outside of the starter kit, this is going to be like, what are the next steps for you? What are some of the most popular products to try? There'll be a little bit more education on just Young Living in general. And so that'll be a really great class to come to yourself or to invite new members to as well. And then on February 11th, just want to put this in front of you guys, at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, that's a Thursday night, we're going to have the Oil Underground. This is a time for our LWN community to come together and to share your real stories. We have to be pretty careful. In fact, I need to change some of those slides with the testimonials because they weren't perfectly compliant. Sorry about that, Erin. But this is a time for us to come where it's not recorded and it's just our community. And we're sharing our stories of like how these oils and supplements are impacting. Obviously, we have to tell it. It's just our story. We're not prescribing, we're not treating. And we have to say all of the things, right, that we did to get the change that we wanted to see, that included diet like you talked about tonight and all of the other pieces. But it's a really powerful time for our community. That's on February 11th, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. All right, on to the next class.
Awesome. Love y'all. Thanks for being here. Have a great night.